Bunabunaka and a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to acknowledge, of course, the President of Fiji Football Association, the Director Punjas, Rajesh Punja, and of course the Deputy High Commissioner from UK to Fiji. I'm also told that he's a bit of a soccer player and used to play quite a lot before, so welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll be very brief. The President has already spoken. I'd just like to say a couple of things. One in particular is, of course, I'd like to re-echo the sentiments of the President of Fiji Football Association. It's critically important, as you know, that we all adhere to the protocols that have been put in place regarding COVID-19. This, as he has highlighted, this is the first tournament since the pandemic actually started. The pandemic is still around, but we obviously, given the fact that Fiji is now COVID contained, are able to ease off some of the health measures that have been put in place. So please work together with us. I'd like to thank Fiji Football Association for, in fact, advocating the usage of the Care Fiji app. It's very important. You not just use it over here, but when you go back home, have it switched on, tell your friends and family, because it's a very easy way of tracing should anybody have any COVID-19 outbreak, community outbreak, then we're able to very quickly inform people as to where it is and how you should come in very quickly to be able to get yourself tested. I'd also like to again re-echo the sentiments of those who've been at the front line. You saw the RFMF officers here at the gates. They've been pivotal in respect of maintaining our quarantine facilities. We don't have any community outbreak in Fiji. We only have people within the quarantine facilities. We have been internationally recognized for the manner in which we've actually been able to handle this pandemic, and indeed receive a lot of accolades for that. We must continue on that path, because our level of adherence to these measures means that we can actually ease off many of the restrictions as announced by the Honourable Prime Minister. So we seek your support for that. And this, of course, is the first tournament organized, during this pandemic. We've had individual games that have been played. You see overseas with all the teams like Everton, Liverpool, and the various leagues, football teams playing around the world. You'll see that they're all playing the games, but there's nobody sitting in the grandstand. There's absolutely no spectators. So we're one of the very few countries in the world where such tournaments are being held and the spectators can actually come. That is, of course, a remarkable achievement. The second point I'd like to make, of course, as announced in the budget, we have said, given the fact that the economy has been brought to a halt, or now is slowly progressing because of the fact that the borders are closed, there are no tourists coming, it has an enormous impact on the economy, is that we've said those people who actually sponsor sporting events will get 150% tax deduction. So it is very important that from a government perspective, we wanted the sporting organizations to have that support from the private sector, and I'd like to acknowledge the support from Punjas in this particular instance for the sponsorship. These are difficult times, but they have come forward, and I think they deserve a round of applause once again. So please put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, they've signed up for 3 years. I'd like to wish all the football teams that are participating all the best. Football, of course, has been a part of our history, our sporting history, since the colonial times. And, we, of course, need to encourage football at a development stage from primary school age, secondary, and feeding into, of course, the national teams. Enormous opportunity for those who play in it, and the level of professionalism that can be achieved. So I'd like to encourage Fiji football to get more into the development side of football, and I'm sure that they'll do that. I'd like to thank all of you for being here. So may the best team win. I have a particular, of course, I see a particular bias. All the ministers that have been spoken about, they're all from Ba. Minister Praveen Bala, Minister Rosie Akbar, Deputy Minister, Assistant Minister Viam Pillai. So I hope not all of you are Ba fans also. But may the best team win, and I wish you all the best, and much pleasure in opening this tournament officially. Vinaka, thank you.